Hi everyone. This is the first time I've showed my face on this YouTube channel for, I don't know, I guess I'm uncomfortable in front of the camera, really, a lot of the time. And I think that's why I jumped in today. Uh, there are a few people doing the October YouTube Pagan Vlog Challenge. And it's like 31 days. Each one has a word, and each day you get on YouTube and you vlog about whatever that word speaks to you. Yesterday was hands. I missed it, so I probably won't be doing anything with that. But if you want me to, hey, hands. I am a literal person, so I guess that counts for me. It's supposed to be whatever calls to you. Like today's word is change, and so I figured um, I'd make a change and put myself in front of the camera to encourage that because I haven't yet. And I've had this channel since, I've had it for months actually. I'm not super good at keeping up on it a lot of the time, and I watch other people's YouTube all the time, mainly about pagan related stuff and all the stuff that I want to learn about because I'm new to all of this. I just started all the pagan stuff in January. I consider myself more eclectic. I like having the options to pick different things from different religions and put them together the way that I want them to be and explore that spiritually for myself. And that was a big change for me as well because I grew up Christian. My mom was actually Lutheran, and my girls grew up really religious Christian because their father was really, really religious, heavily religious. I never really was. Like, I wasn't super into the going to church every single day and, you get down on your knees before bed and you pray and stuff like that. I'm not into that so much as wanting to believe that there is more to this life than just sitting here staring at a screen or just going through life. I think that there's a lot around us magically, spiritually, and stuff like that that really encourages us to move forward, fall backwards, whatever. Call it heaven, call it hell, call it witchcraft, call it, Buddhism, whatever it is that people want to believe in. I still think they need that hope. They need that belief a lot of the time. Even if you're atheist, you still have some kind of belief in something. Yours is technically the disbelief of, but you still have a hope. You still have, there's a belief that you yourself can create these things, can move forward and stuff like that. You're just not saying it's God that's doing it or it's, magic that's doing it. You're saying it's something else, you yourself, which is really great too. But the point is that change for me has gotten more into moving from one aspect to my life, spiritually specifically, into another aspect and embracing it. That change has really grown in me. At first, I wasn't sure. I was scared, I guess. I didn't know where to start. I knew what I wanted. I wanted to explore. I wanted to explore tarot. I wanted to explore paganism, Wicca. I wanted to learn about it. I wanted to know, who was doing what, when they were doing it, stuff like that. The thing I always have the hard time with is learning it based off the actual traditions, based off what people are just kind of putting out there. And I think that's the hardest part for me, is I have to do a lot of research to get to the backlog of tradition rather than just looking at somebody's YouTube channel and they say, oh, this is how it is for me. Well, I think I want a little bit more of a depth to hold on to than somebody just spewing things at me. So I did a lot of research. I'm using my Book of Shadows to do a lot of research. Even though I don't consider myself a witch, I keep the Book of Shadows as more of a form of journalism for my spiritual journey and research in tarot and elements and herbs and all that stuff. So it's been a big change for me, and even around my house. Like, it hasn't been a big change for my family. I've got two grown children, pretty much. I've got one that's 18 and one that's turning 16. I'm actually going to be a grandma soon. I'm not even 40 years old. It's crazy. But that's also a change in my life. But I started having an altar, and it doesn't affect anybody in my house. It sits in my personal space, in my personal room, which is where we're at. I consider it my office. I do my clay work in here. I do my writing work in here. I do my editing work in here. I have my altar in here. But I don't let my hang-ups, my spirituality or whatever, affect the people that I live with, because they don't all believe the same way I do. My oldest doesn't like tarot. She's afraid of it. My youngest is embracing some of it, but doesn't necessarily want to do altars or really any kind of inner spiritual stuff. She's very much Christian, but she likes the tarot and she likes exploring a little bit, just not too far. And then my significant other, he's atheist. It's funny because I asked him, I realized one day, like back in, I don't know, March or something like that, because I'd been researching things for about 3 months and I had stuff like strewn all over the living room, like everywhere. And it was books on Wicca, and it was, tarot stuff, and it was, just talismans, all sorts of crazy stuff, like, I guess. And at the time it seemed weird to have all of this books and workings and everything all over my living room, all over my couch. He'd like have to move it over to sit down because I'd be sitting there thumbing through things, researching. And it hit me that I hadn't really asked him like how he felt about it, and I didn't want to make him uncomfortable, because having a good relationship is respecting other people's boundaries. And he's not the kind of person who's like, oh, you need to believe this, or oh, you need to do that. He's not like that. He's very much into the you're your person, I'm my person, and we come together well kind of thing. And I love that aspect. We've been together for 9 years, and I love this about our relationship. So I look over at him and I'm like, I just realized I hadn't really gotten your take on any of this, and I don't want to impose. So are you okay with all this research and spirituality and Wicca and stuff like that? I kid you not. I laughed so hard when he gave me his answer. He turns around, he looks at me, he looks down at the books, he looks back at the TV, and he goes, as long as you're not sacrificing a goat in our living room, I don't care what you do. Have at it. Which was a huge change for me, because it was somebody accepting something about me that I was worried about, I guess. I didn't really think that he would dislike it so much as not approve. But even if I wasn't looking for his approval, I just wanted to make sure that I respected his boundaries, because we live together. I don't want to impose on him any more than I would want him to impose on me. So that was a big change, his acceptance of it. And so I think that for change for me has been eye-opening this year for 2019 and since January, and all these things coming together for me and really exploring spirituality for myself. And I don't consider myself a witch per se. I do believe in magic, but I think it is something that you create every day for yourself. And magic is kindness that you can provide for somebody else. It's the knowledge that you have that you can help somebody else do something or learn something. That's my form of magic. But I do believe in energy. And I think that you can impose your energy on other people, or other people can impose their energy on you. So I do believe in those kind of things. My altar is a form of spirituality for me, not necessarily for magic, but for meditation and for growth and my own personal strength and well-being. I do burn bay leaves at my altar to wish those that I care about a good week or a good day, or if they're going through something hard, to, put my energy out there that I hope they have better days. I hope that better things are coming for them, and that I'm lending them my energy to say, hey, I'm here. I want to be there for you. So hopefully, I'll continue learning more and continue changing. And by January, maybe know exactly where I want to stand with everything. So I am going to go ahead and leave notes about the YouTube Pagan Challenge for October's daily vlog, as well as a link to a video of the lady who I guess started it. I'm not quite sure if she started it or not. I don't really know. But it's the information that I have available, so I'm putting it out there for you. So be sure to check in the description for that. And don't be afraid to leave me a comment. Are you doing it? Feel free to leave me a link. I will go look at yours. If you're not doing it, that's cool too. I hope you guys have a great day. And hey, you got to see my face.